Welcome to Something to Talk About. Hello, we are here at King's Restaurant in Tamuning. Thanks for coming along with us. I've got some special guests just in time for Veterans Day. I want to introduce to you from the Guam Hawgs Club, the president of the Guam Hawgs Club. This is Arroyo, and this is Patches Step. I'm actually talking to people who have like authentic street names.
Yes.
But Roland is your name and Tim is your name, but we'll call whatever you want me to call you. I will call you.
Roro's good.
Roro is good, and you're good with Patches, Mr. Patches.
Whatever.
You know he beats you out by the Patches thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just need to fix that real
Yeah.
quick. But hey, I got one too. I got a
Those
patch. I'm so
patches.
grateful that Roro handed me a Guam Hawgs patch. That's cool, and their own coin.
Yes.
My, you guys have grown up and become
Yes.
so sophisticated. How did the club start, first of all?
Well, the club started originally in 1993, and we've grown. We're about 26 years old now.
Wow. Are you even 26 years old?
Yes,
Okay, all right. Just checking.
But the club has grown so much. We do our Christmas candy run every year. We do our Christmas in July ride. We do Liberation, Memorial Day, and Veterans Day ride.
Yeah.
And all the money usually that we raise goes to the children. So we also even have our golf tournament that we raise money for that goes to our children's fund. But this year what we're doing is, we kind of adopted this ride. It's the Guam Wounded Warriors ride. It's our 10th annual Wounded Warrior ride. It's on Veterans Day, November 11th. It's a Monday this year. A lot of people are hopefully going to be off, so hopefully we'll get a lot of riders.
75 to 100 riders here?
Yeah.
Okay, and the Guam Hogs that are in the mainland, the other 100 or so,
Yeah.
125, are
Around
all
the
like
world.
in Guam communities?
Or some of them are military. A lot of them actually are military. We have
Federal
some that have
workers.
moved,
Wow.
transplanted back to the States.
Oh, no
so-
kidding, and they stayed, their membership stayed. So, Tim, what's your story, man? How long you've been here? You know,
I've been in Guam for 6 years.
6 years?
Moved
What
here
brought
from
you
Japan.
What's that?
Moved here from Japan.
What was your, what's your
I'm a
business?
defense contractor. I do
Oh,
computers
okay.
and telecommunications.
All right,
Yeah.
and so have you been an avid bike rider for all of your life?
No,
or you?
actually rode when I was very, very little, and then they got me back into it. There's just a great family.
Yeah.
They brought me in and took care of
Yeah.
me, you know. So I mean, it's just a great family, and plus
Yeah.
the cause that we do for the kids.
Yeah.
You know,
I
it's
think
just
a
something
lot of
really
people,
active.
I think except for on Guam, I think a lot of people still have like some kind of idea, the myth behind these bike clubs that, you know what I mean? And I know that it's probably, I don't know if you have to defend it all the time, but maybe on Guam, not so much.
No, I think because, we're not.
Gang related or affiliated. It's not that kind of club. You guys are a civic organization
Yes,
that
well,
works to.
Yes, we're a club who also helps children. That's our main mission, is to help children. And we sometimes people see us and they think we got the long beards or
Well, you
the
kind of
radical
look.
patches.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
stuff
you
like
kind of
that.
look like rough on the edge, but when you find out that what you guys are doing is really to raise money for kids, it kind of takes the edge off.
Yes,
Right? Yeah.
and that's where a lot of people, they see us and they kind of, hey, we'll see them at bars or stuff, and we'll talk to other people about it, and they'll say, hey, I want to donate to your event for the kids, the golf tournament, or Christmas in July, Christmas candy run. They'll donate candy to us or something like that. So
Yeah.
that's the best
The
part
best
about
part.
Really?
being here on
It's the
staff.
How did
community
that?
giving back.
It is the community. And how did you guys go from sort of being like bike enthusiasts and having those kinds of activities to stopping and realize that you have some influence over, making some money for people to donate to causes?
That happened way back in the day before my time.
Yeah.
They figured that they would do something for the island and not for themselves. And so, I mean, yes, we do take care of ourselves at the same time, but we had a mission to follow, and that the mission was the club decided that they wanted to help the kids. And so back in the day when they first started, they would do car washes. And whatever money they made, that's what they would donate to the families. And so now we've become bigger. we've grown, and so now we have an account that we can pull money from, that we donate to the families that come to us who need to go off island for medical reasons.
Is that predominantly what they need the money for, is for
Yes.
medical stuff?
Yes,
Wow.
that's what we usually donate our money to for the kids. If they need to go off island for any medical reason, as far as like pneumonia, or they need a heart transplant, we've had kids who need kidney
Skin.
transplants.
Yeah.
Skin diseases,
and
EVs,
stuff like
that. And everything.
That must be tough to have to figure out how to, use the money that you receive, try to spread it out,
Oh no,
because
actually,
it's a lot of.
it's
Actually,
not
we're
that
very
hard.
organized.
It's
Oh, okay.
very. We have a system. We make sure that we have all the paperwork in order. We are registered at DMV, so we also have to make sure that we have all our paperwork in order, and we do our filing and stuff like that. So everything is legit, and we're not chipping off or taking something off the
But do
top.
you get a lot, like you were talking about kids that skin diseases, and do you get a lot of requests from families that have kids that are in need?
For a lot of quests, yeah. I think we had, 17 last year
Yeah.
that we helped out.
Wow.
And so, I mean, every year fluctuates up and down.
It just depends on the.
Yeah, times
So
the
a
season,
lot
but
of
we
it
do have a
also
lot of kids
too-
that come around, though,
Yeah, a lot of it also is by word of mouth.
word of mouth.
Oh wow.
And here, right now.
The
So
families
so
that-
there are still people who don't know that you do this
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people still don't know.
Wow.
Some people know it's just as December for
Yeah.
the kids.
Yeah.
Hey, when
Yeah.
you guys coming to our village
Yeah.
again for the
They can't.
when's Santa
Oh.
Claus coming?
Oh
They
yeah,
pass
that's
out
what you
Canada.
guys do that every year.
Yeah, but they didn't know about all the other stuff that we do too.
Oh yeah. That makes a huge difference. These families that have no other resources and they don't have, everybody tries to tap into the same organizations, but you guys, yeah, you're right. I didn't know that you guys did that either.
Oh yeah.
How do you raise your money then?
We do all kinds of things. We do poker runs. We do our biggest fundraiser for the children's fund is our golf tournament.
tournament
This
we just
right
had.
now. We just raised over $23,000 for the children's fund. So every child that we get, we just changed it this year. We used to donate $1,000 to each family. We just recently raised that to $1,250.
Wow.
So,
So you guys are actually generating revenue from
Yeah.
these fundraisers that you do. What other fundraisers do you do?
again, we do poker runs. Those are kind of just
What's that?
fun.
Yeah, it's a ride to get a bunch of people together. Like we also introduce a lot of other clubs and lone riders, people that not part of the clubs. Everybody comes and rides with us, other club members. And we'll do like the whole southern island. We'll make stops. We have a little piece of paper with the. I always lose, so.
So
It's a
what?
poker. It's like
oh, it's
poker's for
poker. So
fun.
what is
Yeah.
that? I mean, what's the concept?
Well, you get a
Apparently, this
couple
is
of-
your idea, Tim.
No, it's not my
Okay, this
idea.
is your thing.
I'm
okay.
horrible at gambling.
Okay, so how do you do that?
So where you first
Yeah.
meet up is you pull your first card.
Uh-huh.
Then we ride out from there. We'll stop at another location. We'll set up. You pull a card from there, and then they write it down.
Oh my gosh, so it's like
So
its
at-
longest poker game
Yeah.
ever.
But it's a fun poker ride. We
And so
always
whatever
have
money that
drinks.
you're betting and whatever
not
It's
that-
a $25 per hand or
Okay.
Donation into the fund.
$20.
so that's how you get the
Yeah.
money. Is people who want to join in
Yeah.
on the game. Oh, that's
And
very
it all
creative.
goes into the children.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
most of the time.
that's very creative.
Goes into the children's
Yeah.
fund
Okay, so
for
the
fun.
poker run is one thing.
We do broomstick.
Broomstick challenge. It's like billiards, but with the broomstick backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Or a crazy eight where the 8 ball's off.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Every
You guys
now
are
and
a
then,
little creative,
car
aren't
wash will
you?
come
Yeah.
out every
Car
now and
wash.
then.
And
We
so
do car
people,
washes
if
every
they do any of these games, they have to pay a fee to get
Yeah.
to get in. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's very cool.
And it's just to bring people together.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Are there any other clubs than the Hawgs?
Yes, there's actually I think around 13.
something like
Oh,
that.
altogether.
Different
Are you guys
clubs.
are you the largest club?
We're the oldest club.
The oldest club.
And
Okay.
the largest, I guess.
So when
could
you
say.
do like the Liberation Day parade, you guys always sort of lead the parades, right?
Nope,
I've
it is
seen you
up
guys
to-
like start.
Yeah, no,
at
we've started it before, but it just depends on the mayor's council, whoever they.
choose to
Yeah.
go. Okay. But when
But
you guys
we-
do it,
we
you go in
always
strong.
do ride that.
Yeah, you guys always do that. But is that all the clubs that are doing that, or is that just you guys?
No, all the clubs.
All the
are-
clubs,
are
because it's a
welcome.
big group
Yeah.
that goes through. Deafening.
Yeah.
Large group. It's deafening. And I see, you know, I just see here and there, you know, rides that you guys have just regular on a weekend. Everybody just sort of wants to get together for no other reason, just to
ride.
hang,
Yeah.
just to ride.
Yeah.
It's such a cool thing, and I think that all of us have that little excitement in them. I see that you also have women who are not riding in the back so much anymore. You have a big group of
well,
women.
We're working on. We have some members who are learning to start to ride, so they're going to Harley to get some of the classes on their stationary bikes there, and some people have their own bikes already, and have their husbands or the significant other or somebody else that can teach them to ride, and we go out.
And other
so we
clubs
try and
also
help,
have male and female.
Well, you know,
riders.
we're gonna take a break here, and then when we come back, I want to ask you just individually how you guys started when you were younger. I'm pretty sure how this all came about, and then we'll talk about the ride, the Wounded Warrior ride. Okay,
Sweet.
something to talk about. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Something to Talk About. I'm with the Guam Hawgs Club. Roro and Patches are here with me. This is gonna be so cool to like yell out your names. Like, I know Roro and Patches. I'm so cool. I'm in it. Yeah. How did you? First of all, we'll start with you, Tim. How did you get started? I mean, how did you find your passion in motorcycle riding? What was
Actually,
that about?
through most of these people here, including my
really?
sponsor.
So
yeah.
you were just like riding a regular 10
I
speed
was-
until you met them?
No, I've been traveling around for like over the last 20 years. So I was prior active duty Navy.
Yeah.
So I never really owned a bike myself here.
Yeah.
So, but when I came here and I had my sponsor like Andy and stuff, and got me introduced, and then Roro, and then met all the other members and stuff and activities, and I started helping out as a function, but I wasn't a member yet.
Yeah.
And then shortly, I finally became a member, and
Finally decided to make the leap.
become a member after 3 or 4 years, and then got a bike a few,
Wow.
and then just riding with them. So.
It's different. Did you start when you were a kid, or
No,
how did that
no,
work?
I started way late. I think I was
Yeah, me too.
29 or something when I started riding. So.
Well, I mean, some people say that that's a whole midlife crisis to get a
That-
motorcycle when you're like
yeah.
40 or 50, right?
Yeah.
But you're still young enough to have,
Right.
have done it to get into it. The organization, like we said, there are a lot more different members that come in, and different, obviously, a diverse group, and women are taking up the interest in writing. Is there a place? I mean, not is there a place, because obviously there is a place. What do you think has been the reason why more women have just jumped on than before? They used to see the babes in the back. Now they're babes in the front.
Because they want to experience the actual riding of it. I mean, the enjoyment of the wind therapy that
Yeah,
they
wind
get
therapy.
is different from when you're a passenger or if you're actually riding. The wind therapy is so much more fun, so much more better when you're actually riding it, because you're more focused on the road. You're not focused on taking pictures in the back or doing all that
Being a
other
passenger,
stuff.
you're focused on the road. Yeah.
And it feels more camaraderie because you can ride your bike, and that's
And everybody learns at a different pace.
Right.
And it's like like he always tells me, do your ride, learn at your pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
Well, the safest thing is to learn at your own pace,
Yeah.
too.
Well,
right?
yeah,
That's-
just don't follow somebody else. and-
Yeah, absolutely. Are there different methods to that? I just said, is there like no science about it, or there's
You
like
just
a
gotta.
different-
Well, one of the main parts is to learn how to know how to drive standard.
Yeah.
Once you know how to drive standard, you can drive anything.
Right.
And with the motorcycles, you have to shift, and it's a little bit different, but it's the same concept.
Same concept in your head when you're doing it.
When we were, back in the 70s, I know you guys would know this era, but back in the 70s when we were growing up as teenagers, we in our yard, we had guys in the village who, had bikes, all kitted bikes, and so I got my hands on a used Suzuki 90, and it was like my pride and joy, but I was like 16, 17 at the time. And, my parents were going off for the day, and they said, we don't want you riding these bikes. The girls, mostly us girls, they were so worried about it. And they're like, we don't want to see you riding these bikes on the street. You're not licensed for it, and we want to make sure you're safe.
Mountains
So
is
on the
mostly
way
dirt
home
bikes.
after riding our bikes on Marine Corps Drive, we actually passed my parents on the roadway.
Oh.
And that was enough to cut your enthusiasm because
Right.
you know you kind of got in trouble for something like that. And it was like there was a big riding community, like recreational riding community, that led to a lot of people learning how to ride because of that. You know, because we were all sneaking off, you know, tooling with them. I mean, that was like a pastime. We had
Right.
no television. We didn't
Right.
really have any internet. I mean, we didn't have any internet.
We don't have
We
cell
had no
phones.
technology. We just had the backyard and a bunch of people that you know like to work on bikes.
Neighbors,
and that was,
friends, yeah.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool until we all, you know, at one point we all ate it and got injured. So you know, our perfect legs were not going to be perfect legs. They're all going to be scarred up. So tell me about the Wounded Warrior ride. How did that come up? And I'm sure you know about Wounded Warrior. What is the cause?
Well, what we're doing with this Wounded Warriors, initially when it first started, Bill Nelson, who had passed away, he was the owner of Harley Davidson, and he heard about Wounded Warrior Project, and so what the island did was they actually held their own first Wounded Warrior ride, but all that money that they generated went to the States for the Wounded Warrior Project. And then, you know, after you hear all that other stuff with the Wounded Warrior Project, we decided that we are going to adopt this ride, and we decided also that we're going to keep the money here on Guam. So all the money that we raise stays here. All the funds from our sponsors down to the people buying shirts, to anybody buying raffle tickets or anything like that, all that money stays here. And this year we got our recipients that were keeping the money here is VFW 1509 and 2917, the Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 668, Military Order of the Purple Hearts, Korean War Vets, Iraq, Afghanistan, Persian Gulf Veterans of the Pacific. That's a mouthful, but American Legion, which is also a very big. All these places, all these organizations are military organizations, and they are filled with locals. So we try and keep that here, so that way we can support ourselves, because we don't get very much support from the States as far as different programs and stuff like that. So we need to figure out how we can help ourselves at the same time helping our vets. And so that's how we were able to kind of keep the money here for everything that we raise.
This is back to the way we do things, keep it in the community,
Yeah.
give it back to
Keep
the
it back here
I
on
can
Guam.
see, yeah, and I remember when there was some controversy about Wounded Warrior that was
project, the Wounded Warrior Project.
Well, it's a good decision to keep it here. So now you have more money going to local vets.
Yes.
Yeah, and a lot of our sponsors here who help us.
Yeah.
You know, that like right fast. Like we also have like Wixon Associations, GTA, the VFWs, 1509, 2916, KO's Tavern, Sidelines Bar and Grill, Lotus Bar, Bontai, Coast 360, PFC, and the last one was
Sorensen.
yeah.
So
But they
And
also
American
give
Legion.
American Legion,
Legion,
and they also give back to the community for all the veterans on the island here and try to take care of them.
there's a lot of veterans here. And do you have to have been wounded in the war or another conflict, or is it just veterans who are just in need of?
Just veterans who are in need of help. And because these different organizations, we kind of handpicked and make sure they're actually registered at DMV to make sure that we're not just
Giving
some
money
group
to
decided, hey, I'm just going to start up a group. And
And then not register for
Yeah.
taxes and all of that stuff are registered.
These are actually veteran
these are
organizations that reach out to other
organizations that are
veterans.
registered, and,
Okay.
and we make sure
So you
that,
got to make sure it's on the up and up.
yeah.
Are there a lot of veterans in the club?
There are a lot of veterans in our club. There's a lot of veterans in other different clubs as well, and so a lot of them, you know, take pride in this ride, and a lot of them do join this ride.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, again, you know, take it very hard, because this is something that we have served our country and our island for, and have fought, and have seen some things that some people should never see. And we do it because we have our families here that we try and take care of. And we love our family, we love our island, and we love our country.
So the ride will starts at what time?
Yes. Okay, so the ride will be beginning at Paseo at 8 o'clock. We'll be serving breakfast there. We'll also be serving drinks for purchase. The drinks will be $1 a drink, and other drinks will be $2.
Okay. Random of
Yeah.
the drinks. Okay. So they get $2, and then
we'll
you start-
leave. We'll
Roll
leave
out
Paseo at 10:15. Roll out to EPAL at 10. Be down there before 10:45. So, if you're a solo rider and you want to do this ride, show up. If you happen to miss the ride and are not able to be there, 10:45 all engines are off. So if you miss a 10:45, they will not allow you to park inside. You will have to park outside.
Okay. All right.
So
And that's
and
with respect for the ceremony.
Yes.
And everything that's
Absolutely.
going on.
Okay. And the
And
ceremony's
then
down
leaving
in
too.
Utah.
yes.
Okay.
You don't want to
and-
leave after that time come and then leave.
Sure.
Yeah, at the entrance,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And November 16th is another ride that you guys are participating in.
Yes,
This
that
is
is also a ride that we've been working on. What we're doing with this ride, this is called the Guam Liberation Ride. As I know it's past liberation, but we're doing it to try and commemorate all our veterans who have liberated us and have given the ultimate sacrifice. And for those who are still serving now, that they can come to our ride. It's a $10 donation again. $5 goes to the visitor center, the T. Stillman Newman
Visitor Center. Yeah.
Visitor
Visitor
Center,
Center.
Yeah.
the one that is outside Navy Base.
Right.
And then from there, we'll go down to Hassan Overlook. They'll give us a history of that. Then we'll also do the $5. The other $5 goes to the Guam Museum, which I know some people haven't even been there.
Yeah.
And so
We try to buy
$2
it.
will be the entrance fee to the museum, and $3 will be donated to the museum itself.
Okay.
And then the after party will be at Wild Bill's.
Okay. After party. That's the place.
And Wounded Warrior will be after
The
the
after
ceremony
party for Wounded Warriors
on
will
November,
be,
at the VFW.
yes.
Oh, which one?
VFW 1509.
Is that the one of Injigo?
In Jigo,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
And
All
if
right.
you have kids, they're more than welcome to come. We're going to have water slides too. So
Oh, nice.
So if
Okay.
you want to drive by and see, we got
we'll have
American
big,
flag
huge Guam flag.
won't miss
and
it.
American
You can't
flag.
miss
You
it.
cannot miss it. They'll be flying over the
Guys,
streets.
it's been such a pleasure. Thanks a lot for informing us and educating us on the group. I appreciate that. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And we
Well,
look
thank you
forward
very
to
much.
seeing their successes with children and the community
Right.
throughout the year. Appreciate it. Patches, well done. Good job,
Thank you,
Robo.
Thank you.
Street names night?
Deuces.
Take care. We'll see you next time on Something to Talk About.